Last time on Kenshi we got that. I decided it would be a good idea to head back to Rebirth and finish what we started. In an attempt to fight my way in, I was quickly swarmed and the Holy Nation guards were attacking out of sync. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fix this, and I swiftly got my ship pushed in. I won't bore you with that though, so let's just get straight to murder. After clearing out all the guards at the various exits, it was time to head across the bridge to the last main entrance. This is where I thought it would be the most difficult fight, and thankfully, I went back to release a few of the prisoners who joined me on this battle. Were they particularly useful? Maybe. They kept at least a little bit of heat off me. The goal was relatively simple: take as many prisoners that I have released as possible to the front guards, and attempt to take out the turrets, given that's probably what my main weakness is. During that time, try and stealthily take out as many of the guards as possible, while minimizing my own casualties. If I can get out with maybe a couple of people willing to... What's this guy doing? Stay down, idiot. For now, what is our first goal? The first goal is to make it out of here with as many of these ex-slaves as possible. If I can get them to join me along the way, perhaps we can get a head start on building a group. The front gates probably pose the biggest threat, so I imagine this will be quite a difficult battle. Let us roll some more intense music for this bloodbath to be. Significantly easier than I expected. I think I only took maybe 1-2 hits throughout the entire clearing out. All of the other ex-slaves went down, but I managed to heal them, get them back up and bring them out. So for now, let's try and bring them to relative safety and see what we can do with them. The slave that I saved decided I'll just go back to camp for whatever reason, after sitting with them for 8 hours to make sure they were fine. So I decided to pick up our other friend who was still following, and since he had a busted leg, find a safer place for us to be. I had a look around and quickly caught Mongrel. It seems like a safe enough place to be. Thankfully, even with 2 close to busted legs and a shack on our back, I was still fast enough due to our high athleticism that we were able to make our way to Mongrel without much issue. The gates were very populated for some reason, and once we made our way inside, I found a decent enough place to set our new friend down and see if he would be willing to join us or not. Once I put him down, he just limped off. Okay, where are you going to go? Is the first thing I asked myself as I followed him along. Unfortunately, due to his still busted leg, his run speed was only about 7 miles per hour as he made his way back out into the foglands for no reason. As I watched him disappear off into the sunset, I got attacked myself, so I'm sure wherever he is now, he's living a happy and healthy life. Hopefully. First things first, I sold off my inventory to the first shop I could find so that I could get money to go and rent a bed, given I was still injured. The first thing I did once I was up and healed was grab myself what little clothing I could. I was still rather short on money, so that would be our next goal for the time being. I headed out into the foglands to see if I could do any decent scavenging, finding anything worth selling. I did have a couple of ideas of what to do and maybe grab some extra combat experience while helping out the local guards. Once I was unable to find what I was looking for, it was time to lock myself up onto one of these poles to watch Reich scream a little bit. The main reason for this is once you're locked up, a fog prince or heavy will usually path to your location to start to eat you, which is exactly what happened. Thankfully, because I'd picked the lock beforehand, it was easy enough just to, climb out, kick them in the head, and take that head, because those heads are worth about 6,000 cats each. Now that I had a little bit of money, it was time to head back to Mongol to buy a couple more pieces of gear, some head protection and some body protection with some stat benefits. I decided to continue to do the same strat again a couple of times, but got fairly unlucky, including this fog heavy that just fell over dead as I chose to attack it. Thankfully, shortly afterwards, as I was looking around some other yard locations, I found 2 princes on an NPC. It was a quite easy cleanup, and I just grabbed both of those heads, tried to get into a couple of fights, decided that I was outnumbered, and just left. Decided to grab some food after selling the heads just to make sure that I had enough to last me for a while, and then it was time to decide what to spend the rest of my money on. After losing an arm, I felt like that decision was fairly obvious as the first thing to do. Once I had figured out how much I was short, it was time to head back into the scream yards and see if I could find any more princes. Thankfully, there was another NPC that was being eaten, so it was easy enough to just walk in, snap some princes, grab some heads, and head back out again. Luckily for me, this was quite a large stack, so I was able to find 3 in total, including one that was in the middle of harassing one of the guards, so I was able to just, assist with the kill and claim the loot, because, well, they don't do it, so why shouldn't I? Once I had achieved some princely head, I decided to head back to Mongrel and cash in, see if I could get myself that arm that I liked. Thankfully, I had just enough, and was able to buy something that would give me a superb upgrade for future combat. With that, I also bought a repair pack, and figured that would probably be a good enough place to wrap this up for the time being. Now Reich has some grinding to do, and we'll see where we can pick up next time in Kenshi.